You are walking to your car at night. Nothing has happened. No sound, no shadow, nothing out of place. But your heart is already pounding. Why? You didn't choose this. It happened before you noticed it happening. Your brain is running a program that is over 1,000,000 years old. It doesn't know the difference between a dark parking lot and a savanna at dusk. Deep in your skull sits a small cluster of neurons called the amygdala. It doesn't think in words. It doesn't wait for evidence. Its only job is to ask one question over and over. Is this dangerous? Neuroscientist Joseph Ledoux spent decades mapping how this works. A threat can take two paths through your brain. One is slow, running through your reasoning mind. The other skips reasoning entirely and goes straight to the amygdala. Your body reacts before your conscious mind catches up. You feel the fear first. You explain it to yourself second. That gap is where your ancestors survived. And it's where you flinch at a stranger who turns out to be your neighbor. For almost all of human history, there were no locked doors. Just open ground, at dusk, with predators faster and stronger than you. A false alarm cost nothing. A missed one cost everything. So evolution didn't build an accurate brain. It built a cautious one. Evolutionary psychiatrist Randolph Ness called this the smoke detector principle. A detector that only goes off during real fires is badly designed. You want one that screams over burnt toast too, because a false alarm costs little and a missed fire costs everything. Your fear response is built the same way. Tuned to overreact, on purpose. You are not broken when your heart races over nothing. You are running exactly as designed. It wasn't only predators. For most of your species' history, survival meant staying inside the group. Someone cast out alone often faced worse odds than someone facing a predator directly. So your brain learned to treat rejection, judgment, being excluded, almost like physical danger. That's why one unanswered message can sit in your mind for hours. It isn't vanity. It's an old alarm mistaking a small snub for a threat to your survival. Here's the part that makes it harder now. Your ancestors' threats were sharp and short. A lion showed up, your body responded, and then it was over. Your threats today rarely end that cleanly. A tense email, a conflict that lingers for weeks, a vague worry about money that never resolves in one clean burst of adrenaline. Neuroendocrinologist Robert Sapolsky studied this by comparing wild baboons to humans. Zebras don't get ulcers, he said, because a zebra's stress ends the moment the lion is gone. Humans get ulcers because our stress rarely ends. We can trigger the same ancient alarm with nothing more than a worried thought about tomorrow. Your body can't tell a real lion from an imagined deadline. It reacts to both the same way. So what does this mean for you? Living in a world with almost none of the dangers your body expects? It means your hypervigilance isn't a personal flaw. It's inherited equipment, built for saber-toothed cats, now firing over a text that says, "We need to talk." Built for scanning open planes, now activated by scrolling headlines at midnight. You are not weak for feeling this. You are ancient. But once you understand that your amygdala fires first and asks questions later, you can build in a pause. You can notice the racing heart and think, this is my ancient alarm, not necessarily a real lion. Your ancestors never had that pause. Hesitation could mean death for them. You have something they didn't. A second to think before you react. Use it. Not to shut the alarm off. That system kept every one of your ancestors alive long enough to have children, all the way down to you. Use it to recognize the alarm for what it is. A warning built for a world that mostly doesn't exist anymore. So the next time your heart pounds before you've even decided to be afraid, remember what's happening. You are not overreacting. You are carrying a system built by people who never got to make mistakes. Nothing has happened, but your body already decided to be ready anyway, and that readiness, ancient, overprotective, exhausting, is the same thing that got you here at all.